Not for review, but to answer these questions. I've written them down, so I'll answer them in order. Hopefully you won't get too bored. Alright. I'm not doing any takes of this, so if I mess it up, it's just tough. I can't be asked to do it twice. How long have you been a TF fan? Or Transformer fan? I'm probably one of the older reviewers on here. In a month's time, I'm 28 years old, so I remember them the first time round. So I remember getting the first comic, I think it was issue 1 of the UK comic, one with Jazz in it. Well, it was a boring holiday in the Isle of Wight. So there wasn't much else to do, and I got this comic and I saw this thing called Transformers, and it transformed into a Porsche. And it was marvellous, and I wanted the toy. Needless to say, I didn't get the toy for a long time. About 6 months after that I got that toy. And that was my first Transformer I got, was Jazz. And then it just carried on. So that's going back, that's probably about 85. What is your earliest memory of TFs? About the same thing, I suppose, isn't it? That sort of answered it with the first one, so I'll skip on ahead. Who is your favourite Transformer of all time and why? Well, it's Wheelie, isn't it? Obviously. It's going to be Starscream, isn't it? Only because there was so much character to him. It may not have been a particularly nice one, but he kept the story going. I mean, every time there was a slight lull in a story, just pop Starscream into the equation. Marvellous. For all the backstabbing and maniacal scheming of him, he never seemed to get anywhere. So that's kind of entertaining, isn't it? And it's just, other than the Armada one, which I mentioned, he's always the same character. So that's great. He's reliable. Reliably annoying. So yeah, I've got something in common with him there. So yeah, this is going to be Starscream, and that's a reasonable explanation as to why. What is your most prized TF possession? Right. There is so many, I'll be honest with you. I'd probably say Overlord, because he wasn't released in the UK and he's quite hard to come by. I know it's a big blocky thing, it doesn't do a great deal, but he does have a high price tag, and I kind of like him actually. He's quite a tall Transformer, so yeah, I'm going to go with Overlord with that one. Where in the world do you come from? The moon. Nope. Hertfordshire, which is on the outskirts of London, and I'm not saying where. It's as close as you're going to get, I'm afraid, because see my collection, I don't want anybody to know where it is now, do I? And just for the record, I do have a name, and it is James. So some people were mentioning they didn't know it, and I've been asked, and I thought, yeah, for first and last time, it is James, my name. Out of all Transformers, what do you do? What else do you do in your life? Something along those lines. I think I've written it wrong. Many things. I don't want to bore you with them all. I like going and pushing small children over. That's kind of a good pastime. But failing that, I love music. I've always been collecting music. A huge collection of music CDs. I like to play the guitar. Love films. Obviously you've seen I collect a lot of retro consoles, computer game consoles. Computers, always got them. Toys, and I just love cars. You've seen the car I've got. I think it was in 3 or 4 lines of my account thing back. You saw my car. I've always liked cars, so yeah. Lots of varying other things, Transformers being rather large sideline. What is the origin of your screen name? Well, Starscream, yes, and I've explained this one before, why I'm Starscream, but the MBNA 100 is, I kept trying all the variations of Starscream, not one of them would fit. And I had a credit card and it was MBNA, and I'd spent 100 quid on it, so I tried MBNA 100, and lo and behold it worked. And I couldn't be asked to change it again. And that is exciting as it gets, I'm afraid. Apart from your videos, who else do you enjoy? No one really. No, lots of people, but to be honest with you, I'm not going to do any shout-outs or name-calling for this, because if I say some and forget others, you'll think I've done it on purpose, and I haven't. So the ones I communicate with most often, and they send me messages and I reply, you know who you are, so you don't need me to tell you who you are. So nice job, mate. Or mates, friends, pals, anything you want. Which is your TF Holy Grail? Grand Max. I think it goes from the region of $2,000 to $5,000. So that's not one I'll be picking up anytime soon. Yeah, but I'm going to go for Grand Max. If I get hold of him, I'll be really happy, because he's got a little Pretender shell and a big sword. Excellent. So yeah, Grand Max for me. If you could transform into anything, what would it be? Besides a useful person in society? Let me think. Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I know Starscream's my favourite, but as I said, I love cars, so it'd probably just be a fast car. I'd be very happy with that. I mean, Jazz is quite a cool car, and obviously Sideswipe, but some cars along those lines, yeah, anything fast that's a car, yeah, I think I'd transform into one of them. I think that sums it all up. There's 10 things about me, which hopefully you're either interested in or you're not. So if you're watching it, you're interested, and if you didn't watch this, you weren't interested. Okay, that's Starscream, signing off. Hope to see all of you on my next review. Take care, and I'll see you all out there.